Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap we only had 3 episodes this week, November 21st through 23rd. Quick little reality check ahead of time. We are recording via Google Meets today. We're trying something new because I tested positive for COVID. Yay.
At least last time we did it together.
I know, exactly. This is not fun being the only one that's sick.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, they all tested, but then I had to order more tests because we used them all because there's 4 of us in the house. So,
right.
Yeah. We had a couple of Port Charles pipelines. First one comes from Vinny, and he said, "You ladies had a lot of valid questions about Gladys's role as Sasha's conservatorship/guardianship. My sister is currently the guardian of my father because he has mental health challenges. She does have to show receipts and show accountability of how she spends his money. We cleaned out his condo. The contractor that came to help us had to provide a legitimate bill invoice with the amount charged for hours, gas, etc. So Gladys should have to do the same thing."
Thank you. I'm glad that someone's looking out for somebody somewhere, because if not, that would just be absurd.
Yeah. And then from Sally, and I loved this subject. She sent it yesterday. "Some random GH thoughts while I make pies and cranberry sauce. I'm enjoying the podcast while I make pies, etc. I sometimes wish it was a conversation so I can share my random thoughts, LOL. To be fair, we are behind on fan spotlights, so I apologize if you have submitted one, but if you have not submitted one, Sally, go to pier54podcast.com, fill out your fan spotlight form, and we would love to chat so I can share my random thoughts. So here they are in case you want them. Jeff Weber was married to Monica before I watched the show, but it was occasionally part of the storyline. I think it would be funny for Monica to talk to Liz about Jeff as her ex."
Oh.
Yeah. "When I started watching GH, Jeff was married to Heather, who was Jason's birth mom, Susan's cousin, and also Heather's mom, Alice, worked as a housekeeper for Jeff's brother, Rick, and Leslie Weber, Laura's mom. The way that Liz has been related by marriage to others in the Weber family is Lucky, his mom is Laura Weber, Jason, his mom is Liz's brother's mom's cousin.
Oh my gosh.
And Franco, his mom was married to her dad.
Ew.
And is her brother's mom's cousin."
Wow.
Yeah. I think that we pretty much all thought about that though, when it was Liz Weber married Laura Weber, Spencer's son.
Right.
But then it was, I think we all did the short family tree there, but then just I love all this.
It's also gross, but it's also interesting at the same time.
Well, it's one of those things that, we joke about that when we talk about the soap, we sound bonkers, but as we're watching it totally makes sense.
I always hang out with my brother's cousins.
Exactly. I'm sure that there are more tangled threads in the family tree, but I can't hold on to them well enough to unravel them. Oh, that'd be rabbit hole. The baby transforms the bad girl storyline has been used before Carly when she had Michael. Yep. Prior to that, she was fairly bad, love to hate her character. Totally agree. Also, when Liz was married to Rick, she found out that he was keeping pregnant Carly locked in the safe room of her home, and she fainted at the shock. Finding another pregnant woman held hostage should have been a hard pass for her.
Right, exactly.
I love that. I don't know why we didn't talk about that, because I feel like we talk about Carly being locked in the safe room as one of our favorite past storylines so many times. So, real quick, Hulu headlines. Monday, Britt gets difficult news. Tuesday, Victor gives Holly a new task. And on Wednesday, Carly and Nina have it out.
Meh.
When do you want to get started?
My favorite storyline this week was Everything Holly.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter to me when we talk about it, but I was just in love that they finally clarified everything that we've been talking about and put it in order and let us know that we were right about who was locked in the dungeon with Drew and all of
Yeah.
that stuff. So
I think it's first important to note I loved her skirt. That was an amazing skirt.
no, I can't do long skirts.
Oh, I loved it. But on her especially,
Oh,
the
she
way
looked
that it
beautiful.
cinched up in the
But
side and then it moved and everything.
yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I would like her wardrobe person. She always looks beautiful, but I could not pull it off.
So I guess we could get started where Robert lays into her.
He
Straight up,
did.
day
Like
one.
he did not hold back. He's like, "So, you have something to tell me?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And he called her out. "You sent the people to the wrong safe house because I put the address and left my phone, and you did exactly what I knew you were going to do. So, come off it."
Yeah. Did not see Victor killing Paloma
I know.
coming. That's right in front of her.
That made so much sense, though, whenever she clarified that's why you thought that I was dead with some
Yeah.
different dental records and the fact that she was wearing my ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably the level that it would take for Holly to be doing the things that she's doing
Right.
for him. And it turns out that he's holding Ethan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not Luke.
They keep talking about Luke like he's dead, though, and I still don't believe it.
He's not. He's
No.
not dead.
No.
Luke Spencer does not die in a cable car accident
Right.
off screen nearly 7 years after he left the show.
Right.
No, he doesn't. If Anthony, I hesitate to say it just because I don't want to jinx anything, but if the actor were to pass away in real life, I think that that would be a fitting tribute to have him die off screen in
Right.
some dramatic way because that fits Luke the character.
Yes.
But to have him just be going to the supermarket for something in the trolley car or cable car, whatever it was,
Yeah.
that's not how Luke Spencer goes out.
No.
He survived an avalanche, you know?
Right.
Mm-mm. So Holly shot Lucy with a rubber bullet
Mm-hmm.
and then shot the second one into the water so that it had the shell casing, which explains, do rubber bullets, okay, I know nothing about fake ammunition, and you as our resident ammunition expert should know this.
I don't know this. Like,
Do rubber bullets have a casing?
No. As far as I know, they do
Okay,
not.
and that
have
would
a
explain
casing.
why there's only one casing.
Right.
Okay.
But it shouldn't have penetrated her skin. It should have just knocked her into the water. So unless it fell into the water, they should have found the rubber bullet.
Oh yeah, it should have bounced off her.
So
It wasn't glue.
it wasn't glue.
You know, the I'm rubber and you're glue, whatever you, yeah.
Yes. Thank you for explaining that to us, like Diane explained rock, paper, scissors to us this week. Oh,
So
anyway,
funny.
yeah. So I don't know. But I also find it funny that the police did not pay attention to the fact that there was only one casing, and Valentin was like, "Hey, wait a second. Anna wouldn't need to shoot twice. That doesn't make any sense."
I loved that explanation. He was like, seriously, short range, Anna wouldn't need to shoot twice.
Right.
I like that him and Marty had that time together, on the...
Eating some hummingbird cake.
I love the idea that Lucy's trying to be domestic and make him hummingbird cake.
And I liked that he kept it realistic, or they kept it realistic. The first couple attempts, but eventually she nailed it.
But to be fair, that sounds like a very complex cake.
Yes.
I will have to make one for us sometime, and we will...
Okay.
Do you like pineapple and banana?
Maybe.
You like banana bread?
I do. I know. That's what I'm saying, is I'm
Okay.
weird.
So maybe I'll just make us a small one, because I honestly don't know if I would like it either. I like pineapple. I like banana. I like all the things in it.
Right. I don't know that I would like it together. And I don't, if it's too banana-y, I don't like it because I don't like bananas. But I can do, like you said, banana bread or banana strawberry smoothies.
Okay.
It's just too much banana I can't handle.
Do you like banana bread with chocolate chips in it?
No.
Okay.
I don't not like it, but no, it's fine. It's not about the chocolate chips. It's the banana bread.
Okay.
So,
I was just thinking, if you like the chocolate chips, maybe I would just throw some in there just to, I don't know.
We'll see when we get around to it. Now that we know all my weirdness with bananas.
So do we want to stick with Robert and Holly, or do we want to go to Holly meeting Victor? I guess we kind of just really wrapped up a lot of it.
yeah, it kind of all goes together. I felt like Robert was stupid to let Holly get one over on him.
How about Victor, though, asking if it stings that she still plays second fiddle to Anna?
Yes. That was awful.
Oh.
That was very, very mean. I know he's not supposed to be a nice guy, but that was very, very mean. And then she got angry and was like, does it make you mad to know that you're going to take over the whole world and still be alone?
Mm-hmm.
And then he told her to watch herself, and she was like, all right, whatever.
See, and I don't think it's true. I mean, Anna's been around more. Holly's been off canvas a lot more. But I feel like I think even Anna acknowledges that Holly is an extremely important person, and I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like him and Anna are close now because they have a daughter and a past.
Yeah.
But that as far as romantic feelings, it's all about Holly still and not Anna at all. So, but yeah, that was good whenever she was like reacting to that and he's trying to be mean to her and say that Anna matters more.
But yeah, so, well, I guess you really have to go kind of through everything because everyone kind of tied up at the end.
Right.
Which I liked. I liked that there was like all the different spokes and they kind of came together.
Mm-hmm.
Scott and Cody. Scott finding it suspicious that Cody somehow was matched with Britt and their fathers had a past.
Right. I feel bad because when this all comes out, it's going to be Spinelli that gets in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Cody will step up and take the fall.
I hope so. I hope Cody finds some way of explaining it. Like, yeah, I asked Spinelli to do this, but doesn't reveal all the magic code behind it that's going to get Spinelli in trouble.
Yeah.
So.
And he told him all about the Ice Princess.
Mm-hmm.
I love how everyone's talking about it now. They're like, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Right. Like, everybody knows about it.
Take over the world.
Yeah.
But then Austin had that Dr. Talone.
Yes. Come and evaluate Britt.
Yeah. Is the carpal tunnel new?
I thought that she had just explained it away with that. Like when her hand would tremor and people would be like, are you okay? That she would say, oh, carpal tunnel's acting up. But I didn't know that she ever had a diagnosis of that. I thought she just kind of assumed that must be, I don't know. Yeah. Now they're saying it like, yes, it was an actual diagnosis, but I thought that she just self-diagnosed.
I think that I think you might be right. I think you are right. Like back when her hand would tremble. Because I mean, this whole year that it has not been trembling has been.
Right.
You know. But I guess all of that and the stress of being on the run with her father kept her beginning stages of Huntington's masked, I guess.
Right. I mean, that would make sense. If you're on the run, you're probably anxious and a little depressed.
Yeah. And your body definitely reacts.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her and Austin going back and forth with each other about how she said something about bedside manner and she made fun of herself.
Yeah, she was talking about the Huntington's disease doctor didn't have the best bedside manner. And then she was like, oh, well,
yeah,
guess I don't either.
And then Austin dug in right away too. I thought that was funny.
Mm-hmm. I like their friendship, that he stayed with her and stuff. I hope they do make her go away for treatment though, not like rush it and try to kill her off already. Or have her do something stupid.
I totally agree. Yeah, because now she's in stage 3 and it could be as soon as 18 months that she needs full-time care or assisted living.
Right.
Oh, Liesl broke my heart.
I know. She's like, we'll fix it. We'll figure it out. It's okay, blah, blah, blah. And then Britt's like, I really just need my mom.
Yeah, not a doctor.
Yeah.
But then before Liesl came in, Cody went to see Britt. But to be fair enough, with the information that he had, I don't think it was wrong of him to jump to the conclusion that she was talking about the necklace.
I don't think it was wrong for him to jump to that conclusion, but I don't care who you are. Is that what you would say to somebody? Oh, just give me this millions of dollar necklace. It's fine. Like that sounds like you don't care about the stress and feelings that she's having surrounding it. You just are there for the payday at the end.
But she did keep saying about how she didn't, so I think that maybe he said that like in a way, like, fine, just, okay, the way he delivered it was absolutely like,
right. Well, just give it to me, then it's fine.
Exactly. Instead of, hey, let's come up with a solution on how to get rid of this.
Right.
Yeah,
I
he was taking it over. Yeah.
Talk to her a little more and figure out exactly what she's talking about before you jump to that conclusion, because yikes, that was the wrong conclusion.
Yeah. But I like that they talked about their childhoods.
Mm-hmm.
And he even said, he's like, so this is nowhere near the same thing.
Right.
But this is my background, and this is how I can somewhat relate to what you're saying. So my husband was in the room when I was watching, and she said that Faison had his ashes scattered and his brain was in a jar in the WSB.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband goes, it's not his brain. He's still alive. He goes, it's someone else. It's not Faison. Because I was like, he's definitely not coming back now if they have his brain and his ashes have been scattered.
No, your husband refuses to believe it. He loves Faison.
Yep. And then Robert showed up to take the necklace just as Cody was about to.
Yes. Yeah. And Cody's like, you can't take it. You don't have the authority. And Robert's like, what are you talking about? I have a warrant. I have more than enough.
And I think, was that the first time that wasn't the first time that they'd met, was it? Because his line was, I'm just your friendly neighborhood DA and almost your uncle. And I loved that. Yeah.
I thought they had met once before, but I could be wrong.
Maybe it's the first time that he's seen him since
the DNA test,
since he knew that there could have been a connection.
Right.
I agree with you that I can't believe Robert let Holly pull one over on him. I can't believe that, yes, Robert can be stubborn, but I feel like he's also not stupid.
Right.
He would have let the police leave.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to turn around and say that that's a fake that he had made so that Holly could end up saving Ethan and Victor think he got what he was supposed to or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I just don't believe that he would be that dumb. After seeing that she had given away the address to the safe house to be like, oh, here, I'm just going to sit down and have some tequila shots with you in the middle of the MetroCourt. It's fine. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, so he explained the necklace to Diane, and she, of course, knew about the Ice Princess.
Of course. I love that she's like, can I see it? And he's like, no.
No, you can't.
I just want to try it on for a minute. That would have been my reaction.
But then Holly saying, for old time's sake, let's order the tequila shots. Didn't they do the tequila shots in the Mexican Adventure?
I think so.
I think that's, obviously.
I'm sure you do tequila shots lots of places.
But I feel like it was her, Luke, and Robert was at the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they were throwing them back. But then there was also, and I can't remember if it was Holly or if it was Anna, Robert, and someone else, that they were doing kind of like a roulette type thing around a crate. And I can't remember. And it's in one of the 80s storylines. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because it was like, it wasn't like two truths and a lie, but it was like you had to tell a truth and do a shot.
I don't remember that, but now I want to find it.
I went through my notes. Well, not all my notes. I did a search word in my Google Docs and I couldn't find it. But I know that I watched it at some point during one of the 80s storylines. So it's either in the Mexican Adventure, the Aztec Princess, the Ice Princess, the Asian Quarter.
Somewhere in the 80s.
Somewhere in the 80s.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh, so that's server Trish?
Yes.
That's Ken Shiner's real-life girlfriend.
Oh, cute.
I would have loved for her to be serving Scott and Liesel.
Yes.
I thought that would have been funny. Holly drugged.
Yeah, Holly drugged him with something that just made him seem loopy. I'm sorry. I don't care how long it's been since you have drank. As a grown adult man, he would not be that drunk with one shot.
No, not even two.
Right. Even with the top shelf stuff. No. So, yeah, I don't know. And then I was surprised that Diane left and just went over to the bar and was like, hey, if somebody's looking for a guy with a briefcase or Robert, can you send them to Robert's room?
Right.
What?
I did like that she called, though. It was like, yeah, something's not sitting right. But then we see him stumbling out of the elevator.
Mm-hmm. And Holly with the necklace.
Yep.
Yeah, it better be fake.
She addressed, when she was talking with Holly, she addressed that she had been involved with someone from the mob.
Yes.
So, okay, thank you. We finally have an ending to Diane and Max. It has been officially from her mouth.
Right.
We will now stop.
Yes. Thank you for letting us know, Diane.
That's pretty much that about that.
Yeah, so sticking with the MetroCourt, Carly was there because she had had enough of Nina, because she had been told earlier that Nina had accused Carly and Brick of having a relationship. That's the part where Ryan's ears perked up. I was watching it and he's like, I'm just going to go to sleep. I'm like, all right, whatever. And then Sonny was like, hey, Brick. And he was like, oh, Brick's in this episode? Okay, I'm going to watch. And I was like, you're such a dork. So yeah, Carly was like, nobody's business if Brick and I are having a relationship. And I don't care what you say about me. Don't be talking crap about Michael's wife, girlfriend, whatever she is, and TJ. And I like that TJ just assumed that Carly knew about the affair that they were accused of, because he's like, yeah, I'm not going over to Sonny's for Thanksgiving. That would be awkward.
Yeah, and I think her surprise, too. She was like, wait, what?
Exactly. Because it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed with Liesl talking to Nina and being like, it's not like you blew up their whole world. So you made a couple mistakes, blah, 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 blah. Those are big mistakes. Those are huge accusations with no basis that you're throwing out there.
You didn't forget a birthday.
Exactly. And then just spreading rumors about things that are none of your business. Like, you had no hard proof.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing people hug in a hallway a couple times does not mean they're having an affair.
No.
So I was loving that Carly finally heard all of that and went off on Nina. And then she was going to spill the soup, but she decided she had more respect for the workers and didn't want them to have to clean it up, which I love.
I did like that.
Oh, and I liked whenever Carly said about her and Brick booked the honeymoon suite.
Yeah.
And Nina's like, just shut up. Like, so annoyed.
Yep.
I'm not sure why they're not telling Carly about Willow, though. Like, I understand wanting to keep it a secret, but really, just the two of them are going to know forever?
Right. Well, 3 because of TJ now, too.
Right. But TJ knows as a doctor, so technically there's this thing called HIPAA. He shouldn't be telling anyone else about it.
But how many times has Willow said that TJ's there as a friend?
True. But I still don't think that TJ would be the one to break confidentiality.
No,
but
I agree.
I just don't get it. Like, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to need help with Wiley. Wouldn't you tell your mother-in-law, essentially, and those people closest around you? I don't, as much as Carly can be a blabbermouth, that's not something she's going to go blabbing about.
No. She would definitely respect their...
And not that Willow can know, but it might get Carly to give out the information that she has a little bit quicker because she wants to save Willow's life.
I loved how all those pieces fell together, where Carly went to see Sonny and was like, lay off. He knows about me and Drew. There were some issues because I feel like she still trusts Sonny enough that he's not going to... I guess that's like a really big risk, though, that she was trusting that he would not go to Nina and say Drew and Carly are together, but they can't talk about it because of this potential insider trading. That was a big risk for her. But then,
that was.
And then she approaches Nina about it, but then also Sonny approaches Drew about it.
Yeah.
And Drew's like, wait, what a sec, wait, she told you? Because he had just had that whole, we're not telling Sam.
Right, exactly. That he's going to have a problem with. Why are we trusting your ex with this information, but we can't trust my ex?
Well, no, because he's the one who stopped her from telling Sam.
Right. I
mean, to be fair, he should have been the one to tell her to begin with.
Yes, but that didn't seem like why he stopped her. It seemed like it was because he just didn't want to tell anyone.
Right. And then Olivia approaches them in the park before all of that.
I love that Olivia put it together herself and was like, oh, hey, just so you know, if my husband does go up against you, I will not have any part of it.
I don't like that.
Why? I do like that. Friendship,
because
man.
They did break the law. That's not Olivia. They did break the law with the insider trading and everything.
But I think that Olivia's looking at it as, yes, they did do something wrong, but they didn't mean to. Like, Carly wasn't smart enough to realize that was insider trading.
They did not ask Carly to do that. She did take it upon herself to do that. So, yes, okay.
So I think that Olivia's staying with that standpoint of, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and whoever brings it up can bring their evidence against you. You can bring your evidence to say, no, that's not what was happening, and whatever happens, but I'm not going to influence the decision one way or the other.
I guess I just didn't like that she was like, by the way, I'm not going to side with my husband. I don't know.
I felt like it was more, I'm not going to side with my husband just because he's my husband.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay neutral to it.
But you can do that without telling the other person.
Yeah, you can.
Because now Drew's going to be like, well, I have Olivia's vote.
True. She could have just not said anything. But
trust me, I do not always support my husband. But I don't walk around telling people that I don't agree with him on certain things. You know?
No, that makes sense. Like, marital issues should stay within the marriage. But I also feel like she knows that if Ned brought this up, that Ned would be being sleazy too.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, Ned would only be doing it to get revenge. It's not that it actually hurt him. Especially since the merger didn't even happen.
True.
So.
I guess he now just has like that as kind of like a shield. Like, do not try to take this away from me again because this is what can happen.
Right.
True. So yes, technically they did not ask Carly to do anything. She took it upon herself. However, Olivia should not be going and telling them that she's not going to support her husband. She should just tell Ned that.
Right. Exactly.
And we should see them arguing about it. And then we have Leo still being upset about arguing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved that she talked about that Leo's doing basketball practice to work on team building skills.
Yes, that was cute.
Yeah.
And
there's not a lot of programs like that. So it's nice that there are some. So technically, I understand why, but I always felt like Special Olympics was more for people with Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
But it's for all.
Right.
And that just was just always my impression.
I think that's because that's mostly the kids that they show on the commercials, and that may be because of the stereotype that if people don't see a disability very easily, they don't understand that there is one.
Yes.
And Down syndrome is a noticeable.
And like you would see people in wheelchairs and things like that also participating. Mm-hmm. So I was really surprised a few years ago when somebody told me, oh, but do you know that she can go do the Special Olympics programs? And I was like, really? And it was actually basketball is what we went and tried, and she just didn't care for it. So
yeah. Well, that's nice that they were educating people that, yeah, you can do their programs and stuff. Because I didn't know that either. And I thought that it was more of like physical disability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's good. I'm glad it's for anyone that wants to participate. You want to stick with the kids and go to Jocelyn? How about that kiss between her and Dex?
Whew. Yeah, her and Cam are breaking up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's okay, though. They had a nice little run of it.
Yeah.
They got to be each other's first. That was special, like childhood love.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way she kissed Dex or Dex kissed her, like.
Oh, she kissed back. She kissed back.
Oh, she definitely kissed back. But we have never seen her kiss Cam like that before.
No.
Like that was a grown-up steamy, not a high school smoocheroo.
Yes.
I didn't like, though, how 1 second he was, like, falling down, couldn't put on his socks. But then when he finally said he was going to leave, he, like, walked out of there like there was hardly any issue.
He had the endorphins running.
Oh, maybe.
Have you never seen Legally Blonde?
What?
Have you never seen Legally Blonde?
Oh, yes, I've seen Legally Blonde.
Endorphins make you happy.
They do.
Happy people just don't kill their husbands.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Elle Woods, I appreciate your advice.
That's one of my favorite lines from that movie. So he got the endorphins from the kiss, and then was able to power through. And then he went up and showed up to Sonny.
Yeah, I didn't understand why Brick was being such a jerk, though. He was like missing for 3 days and no phone. I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? It makes perfect sense.
This isn't the first time that Dex has done something questionable, so I do think that where they're already kind of antennas are up, looking for things.
To me, that just made so much sense. Like, I'm sorry, I was shot and walking around with a fever and an infection, and so, yeah, I dropped my phone, and I'm not exactly sure where it fell.
Did he tell them that part, though? I don't think did he?
Yeah, he said it was after I got shot. I was wandering away from the crash.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
So, I'm not sure what more of an explanation they wanted. Sorry, I'm in pain.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone was not my first priority.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was in my pocket. I don't know what to tell you.
I loved when Carly showed up to Joss and basically didn't even ask any questions. And Joss is like, I need to use the fire pit. And Carly's like, all right, let's go. No one's home.
Yep.
I mean.
Oh, that reminded me, though, of whenever Obrecht said to Nina, who's coming to Sonny's party? And she was like, well, his daughters. And she was like, oh, the toddlers? And she's like, no, Christina's still talking to him.
Yep.
That was cute.
And so, okay, we can stick at the MetroCourt then, because then Nina comes over. Or no, this was before she was talking to Liesl, but Alexis, Dante, and Sam were at the MetroCourt.
That was a weird interaction. I did not like that.
I liked that they kind of gave a little rundown of the hook. But it's like they gave the rundown of the hook and the connections to Trina. And Nina's just asking how safe it is for Ava to be around her. Fair enough. I think that's a fair question. There's a psychopath running around hooking people. You're holding one of the people that was a target. I want to know, how safe is my apartment?
Right.
But so then she gives a rundown of Trina, and then to that table says, and guess what? Liz is Cameron's mother. No kidding. They all know this.
Right, exactly. Thanks for that information. We had no clue.
It's not like she's talking to the bartender and is like, and then.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
But then, based on that entire conversation with Nina, Alexis is now going to print the full letter on the front page and just wants Jordan's comment. Did she learn nothing from the last time?
Uh-huh. I didn't like the way that she said it either. If Jordan has a comment, tell her to call me. Okay, I understand you're frustrated that she didn't give you the exclusive interview that she said she was going to, but don't threaten her with this now.
It's not even that she didn't give it to her. There is not.
Right. We don't know where we're at yet. So just stop. Yep.
Did not. And I don't feel like that's something Alexis would do. I feel, especially having been an attorney, she definitely understands why not everything is public knowledge. It's not like she's just a journalist.
Exactly.
Although I do feel like, especially journalists nowadays, should know, with how quickly news travels now.
Right.
There's no reason why a journalist nowadays should not know there could be massive consequences if they post something.
Exactly.
Like that. And I feel like Alexis knows that. I think that's really it. Oh, no. No.
What did we forget?
Brooklyn and Chase.
Oh, yes. How did we forget that?
Well, because I think 2 weeks or so ago, we forgot to talk about Blaze.
When I was watching the scene and Chase and Blaze were talking, I had the Paw Patrol song in my head because there is a Paw Patrol named Chase. There is not one named Blaze, but there is a fire one. And so I was just like, I feel like I'm watching Paw Patrol. Can we please stop? So like, Blaze, Chase. Okay, stop. I just didn't really understand. Brooklyn goes off and tells him that she's going to expose the fact that he's a slime ball to everyone and that she's not going to work with him and she can't stand letting Chase work with him. And Chase confronts Blaze and is like, aren't you uncomfortable, blah, blah, blah. And then the second that he says, oh, I'll give you your songs back, she's like, oh, maybe I'll consider this. I don't think Brooklyn is that selfish anymore.
And she has to give him good press.
Right. Glowing reviews every time that his name's brought up.
And sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even if she was still that selfish at getting all of her songs back with having to sign the NDA and having to give the public love fest to him, I agree. I don't think that she would.
And I would just think that there's so many more questions with that. Like, the second that I sign the non-disclosure, do I get all my songs back? Or I have to give 3 interviews where I say you're wonderful before I get my songs back?
Right.
Like, how do you know he's not going to turn around and be like, no, you weren't singing my praise high enough. If you do it right next time, then I'll give you your songs back. Like, you could be stuck in this blackmail for years.
Yeah. But so Chase and Blaze talk about the song, and she's so surprised that he has no interest in being a pop star and that he just wants to go back to being a police officer.
Yes. And she said she wants to sing folk songs instead of pop princess songs.
So like the reverse Taylor Swift.
Yes. Reverse Taylor Swift. Oh my. I like that Dante knew who she was, though. He ran into her and was like, my son loves you.
I was really surprised that he wouldn't get the autograph. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that was, obviously, it's not like he had a piece of paper out at that second, but
Maybe Chase will hook him up with one to give
maybe.
to Rocco.
But then Dante told Chase about the letter.
Yeah. And Chase went there. Maybe she didn't tell me because she doesn't have any intention of writing it because she's selfish.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
No, he is 100% correct on that. I don't like where that's going. I wish that we had them. I wish we had actually had them as a couple longer.
Yes.
Because I really don't see, unless she somehow decides not to make this agreement with Link.
Right. No, she's going to have to decide no at the last minute. Again, she's not that selfish. It was driving her nuts seeing the way that he was touching Blaze. Imagine a bunch of other girls. And that one he was talking about signing now is barely 18. Like,
that was disgusting.
Yeah. So I don't think she's going to be able to not say something.
Why is no one ever recording their conversation with him?
Right? I was thinking that the whole time. You just need a wire on. Come on.
Yeah. So gross.
That worse. Are we getting close to your COVID nap time?
I'll rally.
Okay, now that I think is all of it, right?
I think so, yeah.
It was good. I mean, I really liked this week. And although it was only 3 episodes, it rolled from one to the next. It made sense. It clarified some stuff. I was interested in what they were doing, what they were talking about. It was a good week.
Yeah, it was short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, I loved it.
Reality check.
So what's your reality check?
It was a boring week. Madeline was homesick all week because she has strep throat, or had strep throat. I don't know. She's on the antibiotics, so she's good now. So she was off school. And then obviously yesterday was Thanksgiving because we're recording early. And I made the turkey and the stuffing and a green bean casserole, and that was successful. So I was happy with that. The 2 younger girls went to their dad's for Thanksgiving. And then I had Emily and Matt, and then Matt's girlfriend came over after work. So that was nice to, have the big kids there and talk about stuff you can't always talk about with the little kids around, and just kind of hang out with my family. So it was nice, but nothing exciting. Very chill. So how about you?
Had to cancel a lot of stuff. Although if I were to get this is now the second time that I've had this. So it was exactly 6 months ago. And this weekend, although I was bummed, like we were supposed to go to my brother-in-law's. So I think we did forget to say that we were recording on Friday. So this isn't even Sunday, because I was supposed to go see Les Mis on Sunday, and now I'm not. And my kids were supposed to go with their dad yesterday for Thanksgiving. And after I tested positive twice, they told him, and he was like, no, you guys can just stay home. So it was nice. Mm-hmm. Even though we have, for the past 18 years, done every other Thanksgiving, for some reason, I've never thought about doing one with the kids also, like a second one with the 4 of us, so that we at least had Thanksgiving with them. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, a little over a week ago, that popped in my head. I think it had to do with because my son was home from college. Mm-hmm. So it was probably because, no, he's going to be here and I'll have missed the reason why he was home, Right. Yeah. So for whatever reason, so last week I picked up the stuff to cook Thanksgiving dinner. We were supposed to do it on Saturday. So we at least had the stuff, and thankfully the turkey was already out of the freezer and defrosted enough. And so my husband and the kids made Thanksgiving, and they had practice with it 3 years ago because I had my surgery. It came out well.
I can't believe that was 3 years ago.
I know. Yeah. I mean, it was just, I'm tired. Yeah. Oh, but I did find, I wrote this down because I write everything down, but still, Netflix has released something called the Triviaverse. It's an interactive trivia game. On Netflix. And the first time I did it, I forgot to write down what my score was. But my second go round, I am now officially a super nerd.
Wow. Not shocked at all, but congratulations.
According to Netflix, I am a super nerd.
Congratulations.
I thought that you would be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. I knew it all along, but thanks, Netflix, for verifying.
They're still like 4 ranks above me, so we'll see what that is.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, not a whole lot. And I think we forgot, because she wasn't on this week, we forgot to share that on Thursday we're going to be talking about Heather Weber, getting that ball rolling.
Those darn BLTs. Get our time.
So yeah, join us on Thursday as we get started.
Have a good week.
and we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.